Hello everyone, this is Nick here from NP Gunsmith and Firearms located in Lewiston, New York. I'm going to correct some of the comments I've seen in some of my videos, my audio being low and my videos being reversed, so it's hard to understand how I take a firearm apart, so I'm going to make sure those are corrected for this one. But to get started today, we're going to be working on this firearm right here. This is a M91 Carcano Cavalry model. For those out there that have never heard of an M91 Carcano, they were created in 1891 for the Italian military in a rifle version, which was a lot longer than this carbine cavalry edition that we have here. And they also had a detachable bayonet, which would be great if you were infantry or a foot soldier, but for the cavalry mounted soldiers it was very cumbersome to use, a lot longer, harder for them to store and ride. They had to carry the bayonet in their waistbands. It was just not efficient for them to use. So in 1893 they developed this cavalry model, carbine edition, which has a attached bayonet right here. I'm going to show you how that works real quick before we take it apart. Right now it's locked into place. Okay, the lock is up. To unlock, you flip that down, slide the bayonet out, swing the bayonet forward, push it back in, lock it back into place, and then you got your bayonet with your rifle. Everything's attached. Okay, it's very much easier for them to use once they came out with this edition, or this other rifle carbine compared to the rifle. So I'm just going to go over a quick disassembly of this. The owner of this got it. They don't want to touch the stock. It has some unique stamps in it. They want to keep all that. We're just going to polish up the wood real good. We're going to take it apart, inspect it, make sure it's usable if they want to. They did find stripper clips. Finding ammo for it is not as easy, but it is out there. But like I said, we're going to clean up the wood. We're going to inspect the internals. I'll show you how to take it apart. It's pretty simple. Okay, so with that, get started. And first thing I gotta do is fold out the bayonet. The first thing I should actually do, I'm going to show you how to remove the bolt. Very simple to remove the bolt on this firearm. Okay, pop it up, pull it back. Once you get it back, squeeze the trigger. Okay, and the bolt comes right out. Simple. Set that aside. Okay, now we will fold out the bayonet. Some of these versions, or even on this one, they have a screw for the bayonet. This one has a flip switch. My back side of it is actually mushroomed over, so I don't know if you can see it. It's mushroomed over on the nut, so I will work on that once I have the barrel off of the stock, so I have a little more freedom with it. So, but I do not want to try to get that apart without further damaging it. So get this apart. Again, you want to make sure you use the right size screws, especially on these older firearms. Yeah, you can fix them, but you're just causing yourself more work down the road if you have to, fix it. This one's already been apart, unfortunately. I mean, it is old. This one's serial number is stamped at 1918, so it's been around for a while. You may need a rubber mallet to pop this end cap off. Said she's on there. Just grab mine real quick. Don't be afraid to whack her. Just while you're using a rubber mallet. coming, just not easy. There we go. So that's the end cap. On top here, a little nice piece of wood that just kind of pops up out of place. Said we're just gonna clean this all up real good and make this look good again. They don't want to get into refinishing the wood. And then to remove the bottom, again, make sure you get yourself the right size screwdriver bit. Something's gonna fit nice and snug in there. Without stripping anything out. There are 2 different length screws for this. In the front half of the trigger housing, there's a short screw, and in the rear half is a longer screw. I mean, most of us, if you're taking a gun apart, you're pretty smart to figure out how it goes back together, but just for your reference, so you can see, the back half of the trigger housing is a longer screw, front half is a shorter screw. Okay, and that just lifts out. Pretty simple. We'll clean all that up real good. Springs are still good. Flip it over. And then there you go, have it. Barrel, stock, trigger housing, the bolt. So I gotta work on unscrewing up that mushroom, that screw on that bayonet, so we can get that apart. We'll inspect this, make sure nothing's cracked in here. So they don't want to touch it. We're just gonna polish this up real good. If you want to go any farther, you know, there's a sling holder back here. We'll take that out. I don't know if we're gonna remove the butt plate, but if you really wanted to, you could. Just 2 screws. This one isn't rusted up real bad. But we might just take it off and polish it up. So, but that's it. That's as simple as it gets when it comes to breaking these down. A couple screws, a little bit of love taps from your hammer. That's all that really takes. On these older firearms, you got to remember to be careful, because if you can fix the parts that you destroy, that's great. But if you can't fix them, don't destroy them, because then you're going to have a hard time finding them. We're going to clean this up real good. Get the bolt, clean that, inspect that. Make sure if they wanted to fire this gun, they could fire this gun. But I think for them, it's just going to be a wall hanger. It's going to be one of those collector items. They just stick it on the wall. But they do want it cleaned up and looking pretty. So any comments, questions, leave them below. I'm going to do a separate video about how to take that bolt apart, just so I have all this cleaned up and out of the way. And I will make another video shortly about disassembling the bolt and inspecting everything in there. Hopefully my audio was louder. Hopefully when I post this, I remember to, you know, mirror the image so you can see how it comes apart in the right directions, you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty, not the opposite way. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. Like I said, any questions, comments, anything, feel free to leave them, and I will get to them. Okay, thanks, and keep an eye out for more. Like I said, there will be a video on how to take the bolt apart, how to disassemble this, inspect the firing pin, and clean it up. So, thank you. Bye.